you know, where we did have a problem in Atletico de Madrid is that Cece, wonderful woman, I love her to pieces. She wanted to sit on the bench with me. Well, I mean, that had never been heard of, and she had, young baby with her, and therefore there was a problem. I said, look, Cece, these people are not going to play if you sit on the bench, and UEFA have ruled. So I spoke to UEFA, and we had an agreement. She could sit on the bench, but she had to have her shirt up to her neck there, and no baby and no nothing. And that's how, again, the diplomacy of the devil's advocate had to come through there. Otherwise, there would be no game. They would have called the game up and we would have lost the game. But thinking about it now, she's the president of the club. I was president of Campobasso. I was also a director of Dundee. I sat on the bench. I sat in the bench of Campobasso many, many times. So it's a question of discrimination. Why should a woman not sit on the bench? You have female trainers now. We will live in a time, I'm telling you, but maybe not quite in my time. I'm 68 now and like time is limited. But certainly in my son's time, we will live in a time when there will be a female manager of a Premier League club who will be in that. There are male managers of female clubs. So why can't we have, but of course, 1995 was a different situation. There we were like 30 years ago. They didn't quite see Cece, the pop singer, beautiful woman, there who was breastfeeding her baby, sitting on the bench with a low cuts. That was not going to happen. But she's a wonderful person. As far as I'm concerned, she's always been very kind to me, very correct to me. And it's unfortunate what has happened. Her life has to move on. I respect that. Anastasia's now is a grown girl there, and she's a singer with her mum, and you have to do the best you can. Of course, their father is always there in the background, even though he's no longer physically with us, and life has to move on. But they've never forgotten their father. She's never forgotten her husband. And she's had her own troubles. The state have caused her an enormous amount of aggravation with ridiculous allegations and house arrests and this, that, and the other, which was unfortunate. And I would invite, any government to cease and desist on picking on widows or widowers in situation like that, because it's not appropriate.